Previously on Story Hoard.
They have all the answers about this missing kingdom.
And how are we supposed to know that you aren't working for this god? You know, you might not even know that you're working for him.
Avis, I don't know what you're planning on doing with these relics, but they can hang out with the teachers for a little bit.
Why should I trust them, though? They're old, they've seen some shit, and they've probably done some shit in order to get that old.
I trust Seth. I trust Seth with everything.
Fistia pulls out a sealed letter. We're going to be rather occupied for the next few days, and would greatly appreciate it if you all were able to take over in our stead.
You hear them hacking up spit, and they spit a fireball at the window.
As it makes its mark on the glass doors in front of you, one of them creaks off of its hinges and opens up for you. Jesus Christ. Sildra's like hanging off the third story balcony, spitting a door open. Mateo at the bottom just like waiting. You're still are you still there, Mateo?
Yeah, I'm there.
It's Mateo and Momori is there too.
Yeah. Oh, Momori circled back. That's right. Because he checked the forge and then was like, God,
We all saw this happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Momori turns to Mateo.
Hey, Mateo?
Yes.
Can you remind me never to get his bad side?
Wait. Wait.
Yeah, I think that ship has sailed. You know what? Actually, screw this. I'm not breaking into their house. So, Sildra, tell me how it goes, and bye.
Wait,
Mateo turns and walks away.
You have
Wait,
no
you're
idea
not
if they heard you.
coming with us?
No, Momori, I just spent all of last night chewing Abus out for breaking into their house, and this is what we're doing? I'm not going in there!
Well, if Sildra lets us in,
Is it really breaking in?
You decide that for yourself. I'm going. I have things to do.
what possible things could you have to do? Oh my goodness. I'm up at the open window and at Mateo, who's walking away, and
She huffs and turns back to the window.
Sildra, can you let me in?
So they're like already on their way down, and we'll go ahead and open the door.
Shoot. I is not climbing this wall. I don't have that much confidence in my character. Oh my
You're a
goodness.
warrior.
I'm not a wizard. I'm a
Do you have
warrior.
athletics or something?
It's okay. The door is open.
Okay, have we tried the actual door already?
I'm pretty sure the door was locked last episode.
Yeah, I feel like that happened.
Yeah,
as
the
well.
front door was locked.
Mhm.
Is there
Right.
a way to unlock it from the inside?
Did
You'd
they
have to
a
go
door
inside, but probably.
Okay. They already went inside.
No. Hold on. You shouldn't be inside yet. Where we left Sildra hanging, literally, was off the side of the balcony. You got one roll to get
Oh my god.
up the side. You were hanging on. You spit fireball. Doors opened. You still gotta hoist yourself up, onto the balcony part.
Oh, that's mean.
Yeah, well, the DM is trying to murder Sildra.
Sildra derailed my plans last episode. There needs to be a consequence.
That's valid.
And the consequences give me a strength check to get yourself up the rest of the way.
Oh,
If you can make that, the door's open. And the house is yours.
They own this house now.
Well, okay.
That's 13 minus 1, 12?
Yeah, you get in.
Yay!
Sildra, you managed to pull your way the rest of the way up and over the iron balcony that leads into the now open workroom that you fireball blasted open last session. You pull yourself up and make your way inside, and you look around this working studio of sorts. Of what looks like incredibly refined and masterfully crafted works of art and instruments and sculptures, and just it looks like if you could picture like Da Vinci's studio. This is essentially what this is, with like sketches and armatures just on every surface, beautifully painted paintings and portraits lining the walls, including the portrait directly across from the open window of your three teachers dressed up in very fine looking garb. You're looking around the studio, and there is a door near the back of the room.
Out of curiosity, like, is there any indication as to whether this is one of the teachers or all of the teachers' sort of shared invention room, or?
Go ahead and make an investigation check or a perception check, whichever you would prefer.
Grace, you're gonna hate me.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I rolled a nat 20.
Way to go, Kev.
Wow.
Damn.
I'm
Damn.
sorry.
I don't hate you. I am more than happy to spill about this particular room. But Sildra, you hit that nat 20, and as you're getting your bearings and taking in all of this, incredible artwork and craftsmanship, you see scattered across the tables just pages and pages of drafts and notes. Not in Ithaco's handwriting. You're familiar with her very tidy penmanship. It's a scrawl. It seems very utilitarian, and scattered around the floor is a whole bunch of crap. Just crumpled up pieces of paper, left over wood shavings and dirty rags. And off to the side, on one of the working tables, you see a note in Ithaco's handwriting saying, "Zephyrius dear, when you have the chance, please bring your dishes down from here. We've run out of mugs in Pantry 4.
Who's that?
Congrats, you found Zephyrius's second workshop.
I didn't take him for a painter.
And it's not just paintings. Like I said, there's in progress clay sculptures. There are, I think on one table there's a beautifully polished violin. Any sort of craft or make of some sort is represented in this studio. You can see bookshelves full of books and scrolls. You can see sketchbooks littering a couple of tables thrown open to various pages. You rolled a 20, whatever you want to know. At this point, you're about this room specifically, you can ask any question and I will give it to you.
Yay. For the sketches, like the designs,
Hmm.
do they look like things that would be of this world, or do they look more like extra dimensional?
They all seem very grounded in this reality. There are a lot of sketches of Ithaco and Athatria across many of them, just doodled in the margins, more carefully rendered drawings and portraits. A couple of the books have sketches of, it looks like maybe some of his forge commissions, some spear, some plate mail. These are just the sketchbooks that you see immediately open, but if you were to, go to any of the bookshelves, you could pull off a dozen more by the looks of it. The binds are cracked, the pages are filled, and he just seems like he's a bit of a hoarder. He's held on to every notebook he's used across however many centuries.
A man after my own heart. They're actually still kind of in a hurry because panicked. So
Yep.
they'll go ahead and just exit the room and go ahead and let Momori in.
Okay. And
Momori
for what it's worth,
is sitting outside on the ground with cross-legged, with her hands resting on her chin.
just waiting. Yeah,
I am conflicted about this.
That's fine. Momori, you can keep waiting, because Sildra, as you exit this room, you see that, this third floor studio is at the top of a very tall, very narrow staircase that leads you down onto the second floor, where you were just the other day, with Ithaco's bedroom that you poked your head in, several other doors. And the staircase leading directly downstairs.
Nice. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna keep going down.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you keep going down. It's a fairly straight shot at this point. And as you're making your way down the main staircase, compared to yesterday, where this space seemed very, very big and very imposing, it's early-ish in the morning. There's decent enough light coming through the front half of this foyer that at least faces the outside. That side of the foyer has windows that lets in a generous amount of natural sunlight, so things are lit up a little bit more than they were yesterday. And in the light of day, Sildra, you see a number of the passages that were open and sprawling out just yesterday have been sealed up. What was once a huge rat's maze of a home, there's the staircase you went up, and there is the hallway that led to the breakfast nook. But every other door, every other closet, every other route that was accessible yesterday is sealed up with stone, as if the mountain itself has cut through the home and just closed off all of these alternate routes.
Like messy piles or neat piles?
Like a clean sheet of rock has pushed itself up from the floor in front of all of these different doorways and hallways.
Okay.
Front door's open, or at least the front door is not sealed.
Sildra will let Momori in. They look very on edge.
Gets up from her sitting position Sildra, is this okay?
I mean, are there apprentices, right?
Yes. This is like the third time we've barged in their house without, even knocking. Have we? We haven't tried knocking. Momori walks up to the door and knocks.
No response. The door's open.
Alright, Momori walks in. Okay.
Yeah, Momori, you walk inside and you see the same sight Sildra just saw of, the large staircase at the opposite end of the room is open to the second floor, but aside from the hallway leading towards the breakfast nook, every other passage has been sealed off, leaving you with a much more limited scope of this home than you had yesterday.
Alright, I feel instantly justified that we came in here. Alright, Grace, let's open.
The two routes open to you right now are the flight of stairs leading up to the second floor where Sildra came down, and the tiny little breakfast corner off to the side that you were brought to the other night.
So the breakfast corner, is that where the sort of secret basement was?
Nope, that's just where the teachers took you when you got back to Hearth the other night, kind of sat you down, kind of grilled you for mission details. But so far as you were able to gather just from your hour or so stay there, yeah, it's a breakfast corner. There's seats, there's a little bar area for making tea and refreshments, but it's nothing insane.
Someone heads up the stairs.
I already checked up there.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Sildra, you following Momori?
So Sildra's kind of looking up at her like, I just came down from there, dude. I was on the third floor. It's all sealed off.
Now, Sildra, I will give you, not all of the doors were sealed off upstairs. Some of them were.
Could always go open a sarcophagus.
Where's
Which
that
ones-
wonderful, Chronicles of Narnia wardrobe? Let's go open that and just see what happens.
Oh yes, I'm sure that's so fine. Let's just release the darkness early.
The two of you go back upstairs. And Momori, you weren't with Mateo and Sildra when they stumbled upon the covered wooden cabinet. So Sildra, are you leading the charge? Or is Momori going to have to open various doors on the second floor to see what's going on upstairs?
Before they follow Momori, in the breakfast nook, are there cooking utensils?
Yeah, they got wooden spoons and such. They've got pots and pans, a couple of basic kitchen knives. It's not like a fully decked out kitchen, but there's enough to make a breakfast.
They are going to take a pot and a pan and follow Momori.
Kevin is full on
Fascinating.
Rapunzeling it. Ready to roll with frying pan.
Oh, that wasn't what I had in mind. They may use it as that, but that is not the intended use of these things.
You're gonna cook breakfast?
No, silly, they can't do that outside the kitchen.
God. Sildra, you take your cookware and follow Momori upstairs to the second floor. And yeah, all but 4 passages are sealed off upstairs. There's the hallway that led to the third floor entrance where you came in from, and 4 other doors. on the second floor landing.
All right, Sildra. Momori steps back. Steps very far away from Sildra. Think you're gonna have to do a magic thing.
What kind of magic thing?
I don't know, like a homing thing, like Mel has, right? Like you could just do the magic.
I don't have that kind of magic. I have like fire spells and a bit of illusion magic. Maybe a cure wounds in there. I don't understand how he does the whole tuning fork on the magic thing.
Crap. Alright, we're just gonna have to open doors. Momori walks over to the nearest door and opens it.
Is that the one with the cabinet in it?
No,
Okay.
but
They'll follow.
Momori, you throw open the door nearest to you, and you open it up into a bedroom. It's fairly spacious. You see piles of trash and notes kind of scattered across the floor. You see a big plush bed with a whole bunch of quilts and pillows up top of it. You see a fairly messy working table. You see a cushy chair with a footrest. And you see a pretty expansive bookcase. Just full of books, full of stuffs.
Alright, are there people in this room?
Nope.
Momori closes the door and opens the next one.
What's
Not
behind door number
snooping in
2?
people's stuff. Yep. That's the strategy.
Behind door number 2, and Sildra, if you're peeking, is another bedroom.
Momori
Sildra, the one that you opened.
goes to open the next door.
Jams the butt in between the door and the door frame so that she can't close it. They
What are
haven't
you
taken a
doing?
look yet. We have to search the whole house.
Momori lets the door go. This is peeking in people's bedrooms.
Why are you here then?
I'm here because I'm stressed. My teacher basically told us that the world was ending and then decided to take a little siesta, a big 3-day nap. And I think I deserve more of an explanation than that.
I do too. That's why I'm here for the same reason you are. And if we're going to find them and figure this stuff out, we're gonna need to check some rooms. So, and they kind of gesture with their pot to kind of open it up. They're like, go in.
You could do a visual inspection.
Sildra goes in. Can they tell whose bedroom this is?
Yes, Sildra, this is the same bedroom you poked your head in yesterday. This, to your understanding, is Ithaco's room, full of tiny projects, tiny little plants that she's been nurturing, a nightstand with a portrait of someone on it, and a whole lot of knickknacks and things across a variety of shelves hung up around the room.
I would like to take a look at the portrait on the nightstand.
You go towards the portrait. Nothing terribly remarkable. It is a very careful charcoal rendering of a young woman. Seems maybe early teens, with a very, frankly, sad-looking expression standing outside these very, very tall iron gates that frame a building further behind it. This girl has shoulder-length hair, big eyes, and that's all you really get from it. But based on the architecture and based on the aging of the paper, it looks old. This looks like an old drawing.
Do Would they recognize the gate?
Make a perception check.
Perception.
Because that's not insight. Yeah, that's fine.
Perception. Okay, 17.
Yeah, on a 17, you don't recognize the gate itself, but there's something very familiar about the artistic flair of its design. The twining of the wrought iron creates these tall, beautiful, tree-shaped designs that are reminiscent of the town's gates with the twining wheat and cloud designs. Similar, not the same.
Does this woman look like a younger Ithaco?
Yeah, you can see it, in the bone structure. Her face isn't quite as gaunt. She's a little bit more filled out. She has the same small eyebrows, same wide eyes. But she is lacking in the confidence and self-assurance of your teacher. If this is Ithaco, this is her at a place in her life where she was very different.
Foreboding. You said there were a couple of other knickknacks lying around. Does anything look like it would be of any importance?
There are a handful of just things, It seems like a pretty varied mix of, it looks like handmade crafts, slightly nicer pieces of jewelry or pottery, a few just rocks and seashells lining the shelves. Nothing too terribly stand out outside from on one of the highest shelves. You see a little ring box. It's closed, it's kind of out of the way, but it, in comparison to everything else, seems carefully kept so as not to collect dust.
They'll leave that be. No signs of like a hidden entrance or anything, right? In this room?
Unless you want to do a perception check for one. So far as you can tell, this is just a bedroom.
Yippa-dippa-da. 13.
This is just a bedroom.
Nothing to see here.
Plenty to see, but, for how much stuff has been kept in here, it might take you a while to go through.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next room.
Are you ready now? You've investigated the whole bedroom?
Yeah. I think so.
Alright, great. Momori gets up and opens the next door.
It's another bedroom.
Jesus. Blast it! Momori closes the door again. I don't have time for this. I want answers. Momori opens the next door.
Now, Momori has to go down a hallway to get to that next door. And it's a hallway that looks like it must have had a few branching paths, but have mostly since been sealed up with stone the way the entryways on the first floor have.
Okay, I have a question. Are there any closets in this hallway?
There is one door in front of you. Every other entrance has been sealed.
Does it look like a closet door?
It looks like every other door, so you can't be certain if it's a closet or not.
What secrets does it hold?
Looks across over her shoulder at Sildra.
Sildra's right behind her, with pots and pans in hand.
Momori opens the door.
You open that door, and the remaining light from the second floor that, is still bouncing around falls into this room. Dusty. There are lots and lots of covered objects. And at the very back of the room is what looks like a cabinet with a white sheet pulled at the floor of it.
This was a closet. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. These people have so many closets.
It's not a closet. It very much is not a closet. This is very much like a room.
Is it a storage room, Grace?
It's a room that is holding covered objects, but it's not a closet.
Closet. It's just a very large closet. They're using it as a closet.
Oh my god. Sildra, this is the room you were in yesterday with Mateo.
I
For
was
the
about to
record.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sildra is eyeing that wardrobe, and they sort of hold out an arm in front of Momori to stop her just for a second.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't
Mm-hmm.
touch that piece of furniture. Mateo's eye got really weird about it, and I don't want to cause another explosion. So
Oh, great! Magic, my favorite. Awesome. Cool. Yep. I am not touching that. Alright, Momori's gonna look around the room for more entrances or exits.
There are none. You see from what light is pouring in from the hallway, a whole lot of maybe covered tables, covered chairs. Maybe it's hard to tell under the white sheets. There are sheets covering entire walls in here, with empty candle holders screwed in, to walls that are not covered by sheets, but no other entrances or exits.
you said there were other things that were covered in cloth?
Mm-hmm.
Sildra's going to look under some of the cloth.
Sildra, you pull off one of these white cloths from one of these objects, and it reveals an ornate chair carved out of deep red wood. It's got tall pine trees engraved up along the legs of it, with the rungs being very carefully carved, twining branches. It is a beautiful piece, and it looks important.
Can Sildra smell any magic off of it?
Yeah.
Sildra, make an Arcana check. This will count towards smell.
Oh, blast.
That's a 10.
Momori looks over and watches Sildra sniff this thing.
Just puts their nose right on the armrest. Give it a big sniff.
What are you doing?
Sildra, you sniff.
Filling in for Mateo.
Sildra, you take a whiff of this chair, and it smells, it smells like kind of like pine, like hardwood. Little bit of dust. You sneeze a bit. Nothing terribly remarkable, so far as your nose can tell.
Okay. I'm still not going to sit in it, so I'll just put the cloth back over it. Yeah, plan B. They start banging the pots and pans together.
Yes.
Help, someone come get us.
Momori stares at Sildra, and she sits down, puts her head on her hand.
I am in such agony. Someone, please. It would be great if some kind of teacher came along. Help. I am Sildra, the apprentice.
You're really selling it for us here.
You think you could do a better job?
Oh no. This is great.
I'm guessing nothing happens. Grace.
Sildra, you're banging these pots and pans together, and as you and Momori are having this back and forth, you hear a rumbling.
Wait, stop what you're doing. What just happened?
Sildra stops banging the pots and pans.
Yes, they will listen to the rumble.
The rumbling is coming from the cabinet. And it's getting louder. Hey, Mateo, what's new? Mateo, where'd you go off to?
It's a beautiful day. So here's Mateo's agenda. He wants to go talk to Rami. However, Rami lent him a jacket, so Mateo wants to bring the jacket to him and have that be over with. So Mateo's going to his house to get the jacket first.
Okay. Yeah, Mateo, you make your way from the estates back to your home, which, point of order, you didn't go back to last night on account of you stayed the night at Sistia's.
Crap.
And when you make your way through the front door, you see your mother sitting in her chair, staring you down with a look she doesn't often give you. She kind of folds her arms over her chest as she looks you up and down and says, "My son."
Mother?
You did not come home last night. Care to explain?
Yeah, I was at the friend's house.
Who cares? Mateo, you do not have friends. So where were you?
Ouch. Shots fired.
I do apologize for not informing you before I went, but I went to a friend's house. I went to, the Histia, the baker. She has, Momori is staying at her place, and I stayed over there that night.
Squints at you. Gets up and walks over to you. And she's kind of circling you, not unlike a wolf, as she has her hands behind her back.
Stands up a little straighter.
Believe I have seen this, you said her name was Momori, working for Baker Thistia. Yes, I'm aware of the connection there. I'm less aware of your connection to her and exactly why you're staying over this person's house who you really have no association with, so far as I'm aware. I'm curious. Curious to me, my son, what exactly you're doing staying over someone's home without telling me.
It was just late, and we were tired, and it was just easier to stay there.
Mm-mm. Easier to stay there than to come home to your mother at the end of the day. I've hardly seen you, and you decide to stay with some street riffraff who I do not know and probably do not approve of.
We worked in the street. This has a nice house.
Mm-hmm. How curious. Well, you're back now. So, she sits back down and reaches behind the chair she was sitting in and pulls out a jacket that is not yours. She crosses her legs and holds it out to you. She says, "And you could explain this being in your bedroom, perhaps?"
I just left it there.
Mm-hmm. Just holding it with like 2 fingers, just trying not to touch it too much. She says, "I don't recall buying this for you. Certainly not this garbage quality. It's not your size, not your favorite cashmere."
Well, it's not mine. I was going to bring it back to him.
To him? Mateo, my son, I did not raise a harlot. You're off staying with some woman over the night. Meanwhile, you're returning another boy's clothes to him the morning after. What kind of behavior are you exhibiting that I need to clearly be paying more attention to? Because this is not what I am looking to achieve with you here, my son.
What are you implying here?
What are you doing?
I was cold, and he offered me his jacket, and I didn't even want it. He just put it on me, and I brought it home, and I took it off. That's the story.
That's the story. A likely story. I don't like that farm boy. I never have. It means an unruly, uncivilized influence on you. Now I'm finding us close in your room. Okay. It's your future. You go ahead. I've spent my whole life trying to raise you, and this is what my hard work gets me. Rolling around in the hay with the farm help.
Mateo is so red right now.
She walks over to you and throws Rami's jacket back into your arms. She says, "Just bring it back to him and just be smart about your choices, Mateo."
How am I here then? What kind of choices have you made?
She whips around at you. I make my own choices. I'm trying to make sure the ones you make are better than mine.
Mateo just scurries out of this house. I'm leaving.
Yep. Yeah, Mateo, you leave. Your mother does not follow or call after you. She seems genuinely upset at that kind of parting comment, and does not look to chase after you. You go straight to Rami's.
Okay, so
You need a minute?
walks away from the house enough that there's trees and bushes, so if she was looking through the window, she wouldn't be able to see him. And
Sure.
then screams into Rami's jacket.
Baby. That was tense.
I'm really unstill. Oh, oof. Oh, God. Okay, Mateo's going to try to calm down and going to try and find Rami now.
Yeah, you do that. As the wind is picking up as you are trying to get your way to Rami's family farm. And you're making your way there. You're familiar with the route. Uh and you are familiar with the figure that's exiting the house right next door. Uh Avis is coming outside carrying a big old bag
Whose house
of
is this?
stuff. A stranger's house.
What?
He looks up at you, equally surprised to see you. He's like, "Oh, um, hi."
Hi. Breaking into more houses, are we?
He rolls his eyes. He says, "I'm helping out Miss Thistia with her deliveries, if you must know. She was kind enough to offer me a place to stay while I'm here, and figured might as well help out where I can with her. And her two girls being all over the place right now, she looked like she needed the extra hand. So he kind of like hefts back on his shoulder. It's like, morning deliveries. Is that explanation enough for you, or do I need to?
It's a very useful thing for you to do, I'm sure. Everyone appreciates you doing that. As you were. Mateo's gonna keep on walking. I don't care. Go away.
Hey, okay, but like, what's going on up at the teacher? You guys all ran off this morning. He's trying to like grab you by the shoulder.
Like, don't touch me.
Hands up. Is everything okay? Like, what happened this morning? You all ran out in a hurry, left me and, with Thistia and the girls. Like, what? He kind of glances over at the estates. Says, everything okay?
It's as okay as it's going to be. Momori and Sildra are they're just riled up about this whole thing.
Oh, and you're calm as anything about the situation, I take it.
I'm not calm. There's just a lot going on right now. I appreciate you helping the town with these deliveries. Very important. Good job. Keep doing it.
You're a real piece of work, you know that?
Mateo just rolls his eyes. I'm walking away. I have things to do.
Mateo, you turn to walk away from Avis, just trying to brush him off, and almost smack right into Rami, who was coming up the way. He sees the two of you chatting. Mateo, you're still a little bit red in the face, and Avis is equally looking a little bit flustered. And he's like, "Oh, hi, Mateo. I'm not I'm not interrupting anything, am I?" He's kind of got his hands up as he's trying to put a little bit of space between the two of you.
No, Rami, I'm very glad you're here. Let's talk.
Oh, sure, yeah. What can I do for you?
No, somewhere private. Looks at Avis for a brief moment. I have your jacket. Here you go. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Yeah, let's... He kind of takes the jacket in one arm and puts a hand on your back. He's like, "Yeah, we can go talk." As he leads you out of the street and around the back of his house. As Avis kind of gives one last squint at you, Mateo, and goes back on his way to finish up his deliveries. What can I do for you? What's going on?
Okay, so Mateo takes a big deep breath. Rami, When you go to the temple, who do you worship?
Blinks. Well, I worship the god of storm and the god of harvest, just like most people in this town.
Mateo winces. Right.
Most,
Yes,
not
I
not
figured.
all. You know, it's okay that some people don't.
But it's not okay that some people do, Rami. Rami, do you know what happened to Kalina?
Kind of clasps his hands, kind of rubs them together. He's like, it was an accident. I mean, no one was there. No one knows, exactly what happened. It just shouldn't have, but it wasn't anyone's fault.
It wasn't an accident, Rami. There was a storm. We had been up there hundreds of times before. It was just then. And I know she wasn't the best person, but just because what? She deserves to die just because she didn't worship him? Just because she didn't sacrifice every once in a while? Oh, it's fine?
Rami is looking at you with a very upset look on his face.
Mateo's holding back tears. And this is why I haven't talked to you in 2 years, because I didn't want to know the answer, and I knew it was going to be this.
Hey, he's trying to guide you to kind of sit on a spare bale of hay.
Don't touch me!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He drops his hands to his sides. I'm sorry. I didn't know that's why. I didn't know that's what I did to... But my whole family, my whole life revolves around this farm and this system, this ecosystem. And both of those gods are a part of it. And I can't...
And so what? So you why do you worship the storm god? Because you're afraid of what's going to happen if you don't?
Because he's as much a part of this cycle as any of us. It's not out of fear. It's the same reason I go out every morning and I tend to the fields and I do what I have to do to keep things running. It's just it goes into it. An offering here, a prayer there, and if it guarantees rain or if it guarantees that maybe the blight won't be so bad this year, it's survival.
Well, isn't that nice that you get to survive?
It's more than surviving, I guess. I mean, I get to live too. I get to choose what I do with the blessings I get. Sometimes it's giving back to them, and sometimes it doesn't matter. You see him fiddling with the kind of prayer beads on his hip, and he's not looking at you. You've never seen him closing himself off like this. Rami has, with you, Mateo, almost always been open and more than eager to speak with you, but this conversation is shutting him away in a manner you've never seen from him before.
The other day when there was that, was it yesterday? God, the storm that happened out of nowhere. And right before that, the gods of storm and harvest wanted to talk to us, and we decided we didn't want to talk to them, so we ran. And when we ran, that head priest, Cumulus, comes out, and he paralyzed me. And he dragged me by my collar through the fields. That's why my wolf skin was there. I had to take it off just to try and escape, and it didn't work. And then he dragged me, and then Momori tried to help, and then he did something to her that made her mind controlled, and I don't trust it.
I know. And you're not the only one that isn't thrilled with Cumulus's methods. And he kind of winces and rubs his arm, just kind of absent-mindedly. I'm not saying it's a perfect system run by perfect people. And I'm not saying you have to be a part of it. You don't, Mateo. And I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna hold you to anything. You're free to do what you want, to worship or not worship who you want.
Did you think I wanted your approval?
No,
that's not what this is about.
No, I know. I know you're never gonna. You're never really gonna listen to me. But I just don't want you to hate me for this.
Be fine if it was just harvest. Mateo's gonna run away. Oh no.
Yeah. Rami's not running after you.
No. Oh, this is the worst.
I'm screaming.
Mateo's crying.
Rami's crying.
No one's happy with this.
God.
Jesus.
It starts to rain.
Of course it does.
Not hard. Not dramatic. The skies go a soft gray as a light summer shower comes down on the town. Mateo, where are you going?
I don't know. I was just thinking, and I don't know where I want to go. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh no, I think I know where I'm going. Oh no, I don't like it. Grace, I don't like it. Do you know where I'm going?
You go to a corner of town you haven't been to in a while, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And with the rain coming in, the remains of the construction project on the east side of town is more abandoned than ever. Leftover scaffolding and construction materials are collecting rainwater as you follow your familiar path up the cliffside and find a place to ride out the rain. God damn you, Margaret.
You forced my hand. This was an opportunity for Rami to make a choice. And he made his choice.
I'm upset. The parents are fighting.
Momori and Sildra. The cabinet is rumbling. And it is the only object in this room making any sort of noise. The teachers have not responded to your summons, Sildra.
Something did.
Yeah,
What would you like to
is in
do?
this, like, what's legitimately in this room? Is there, like, anything, cabinet, does it have, like, you know, like, regular handles, like, boop boop, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
can I get, like, a broom to, like, stick between these handles to shut it, you know what I'm saying?
Are you looking to like keep it closed?
Yes, a broom will stop this eldritch monstrosity.
You want to make an investigation check to see what in this room you can use.
You have a pan, you have a pot, you have a pan, you have a pot.
I was gonna say Sildra uses the pan in the pot.
Oh, thank God.
To try
That's
and
good, because
wedge.
I rolled a 4 for investigation. Just panics on the floor.
Momori, you look around like frantically, and all you see are sheets and no if it's, you don't even see the things beneath it. You're just like, that's a blanket. That's not going to do anything. Yeah, Momori, you're scared. It's fine.
It's not fine.
Sildra, you have your pot and pan. I mean, they're not like overly long handles. Like I think you go to. Yeah, but it's not like you're trying to wedge like a cast iron skillet to keep a cabinet shut, and it's not gonna work.
Can I also investigate for something longer?
Go for it.
And yeah, that's 11.
Wow. We really make these rolls count.
They're going to use their fishing pole.
What?
Oh my God. Oh no.
Oh.
I don't like this.
Oh, how interesting, Kat.
No.
This was a bad idea.
They're panicking.
No.
They don't want another boom boom.
No, this is so fascinating.
Oh God.
Sildra, you wedge your fishing rod, your prized fishing rod, through the handles of this shaking cabinet in an attempt to keep whatever is inside. And once they're in place, the cabinet gives another cursory couple of shivers before it goes quiet.
What just happened? What is in there, Sildra?
I have no idea, and I do not want to find out. You don't think they're in there, do you?
I'm not gonna lie, that thought crossed my mind. I hope not. Alright.
It doesn't seem healthy.
Momori... Okay, Momori's not gonna inch... Momori inches a little closer to the ward. If you're our teachers, please let us know and we'll let you out. If you're not, don't say anything. I don't care.
What?
That's all.
You don't think this thing can lie?
Well, there are certain things that my teacher knows about me that no one else is gonna know. So,
All right. Well,
I mean, we can test this.
all right. Let's come up with a couple of yes or no questions, and we'll have the dresser knock 2 times for no and 3 times for yes. And they can be questions that only our teachers would know about.
All right,
us.
sure. Sounds about. Okay. Oh, the first piece that I ever worked on was Zeph. It was a hand axe. True or false? Yes or no? Wardrobe? What do you think?
The wardrobe does not respond.
Alright, I don't think they're in there. This is fine.
Well, I guess my fishing pole is stuck there now.
No. We can find something better for this. We don't have to leave your pole.
Like what? The whole estate is on lockdown.
This place has so much junk in it. Have you even been here? There's stuff everywhere.
It has dolls and cursed furniture and rocks. Also,
I don't know that there is cursed.
We know one of
Wait,
them
what?
is. Also, like, did you know that your teacher's an artist? Because I think I stumbled onto a second workshop of his, and there's like sculptures and paintings, and it took me for a loop. Is this news to you too?
No, I didn't. That's really cool. And there's probably also like, like canvas stretcher boards in there that we could use to lock this stupid magic wardrobe. So, let's go there.
Let's do that. They're kind of like holding on to the sleeves of their like long jacket, kind of not knowing what to do without their pole.
Oh, yeah.
They feel very naked right now.
Momori grabs their sleeve and is like, "Come on, let's go."
You two go back up to the 3rd floor studio, and there's plenty here that you could potentially use to keep a door jammed shut. There's armature wire, there is, like Momori said, large planks of stretcher bars for canvas. You can grab whatever you can imagine from a workshop like this as a long, sturdy object.
Grab as many of those boards as you can carry. I'm gonna get this wire. Mori finds something that looks like sort of paste or glue. All right, let's go. Also, these are fantastic drawings. Okay, Momori does peek through one of these journals because awesome.
You flip through, and there's a handful of, again, more sketches of Ithaca and Ithatria. You see sketches of a couple other townspeople, a couple of drawings of rooms from probably this home. You see a drawing of yourself on one of the further back pages. You see a couple of studies of your hands, a couple of notes making note of a couple of scars.
Oh.
There's a note in one of the margins that says, "Tough nut to crack, but she's good."
Momori laughs. That.
That's so sweet.
Oh. Shoot. Momori remembers that they are in their house. And,
Mhm.
Kinda
messing around with the
broken.
personal stuff. Alright, yeah, let's go take care of this magic thing. With glue and wires. And cords! This is how we're gonna stop the
This will-
apocalypse, you know?
There you go.
It's gonna be these two! And some crafting supplies from Michael's. Let's go!
Oh, goodness. You get back to the room with the cabinet. The fishing rod is still in place. The
Thank God.
cabinet is still.
You scared me for a second. I thought it was gonna be gone.
Yeah.
The two of you approach, and Momori or Sildra, who's the one to reach out to the fishing rod?
I'm guessing
Sildra
Sildra does,
Yeah.
and Momori's got the piece of board in her hands to, like, replace it real quick.
Yeah, Sildra's got like one hand reaching out to the fishing pole and then one hand with the board ready to slide it in after.
Yeah, that works.
The minute your hand touches your rod, there is a flash of green light that blasts you and Momori back by several feet as the cabinet is consumed by this green light. It shudders violently at first before slowly from the legs up, the dark red wood petrifies
No.
as it turns to stone, bottom to top, leaving your fishing rod intact, but the whole rest of the piece has been consumed by this green magic, as the green fades to a soft amber glow before settling into its new stone form.
Don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like that at all.
Did we take damage from this fall? Like, what's happening here?
Make a constitution saving throw for me. You were blown back.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of crap in here.
Okay, that's a 5.
That's a 16 plus. Constitution plus 4. That's a 19. Dirty 19.
Nice. You'll
That's so
survive.
nice for Momori.
I'm sorry I asked.
Yeah, Momori, you're blown back and you manage to land okay. You brush yourself off and you kind of blink the bright green light from your eyes as you see this transformation unfold.
Oh, that's not good.
Sildra, on a 5, when your hand touched your fishing pole and you were thrown back, your head went a little bit fuzzy. And after being thrown back, you managed to pick yourself up, dust yourself off. And you are compelled to walk up to this cabinet and remove your fishing rod. You take it out from between the handles and toss it to the ground.
Wait.
Momori,
No,
help!
no.
Momori!
Tackle Sildra.
But not before Sildra's hands are on the doors to the cabinet. And Momori, as you pull Sildra backwards, the doors fly open.
Why?
What the apocalypse?
I promise no more green boobs.
I leave you alone. This is what happens.
Sildra needs at least 2 supervising agents at all times.
I
Leave you. Everything gets fucked up.
no saving throw for that. Like, come on.
Why? Why are they so wimpy? Why do they have noodle arms?
Grace, what happens?
Momori, as you pull Sildra back and away from this cabinet, the doors fly open. Sildra, you come back to yourself. You shake your head as the two of you stare into this cabinet. And staring out from behind a strange mask is a carved, now stone figure wearing a long, elaborate cape and clutching a full-body length sword in their grasp. This effigy stares out blankly from the cabinet.
Sildra kicks the door closed.
The door is closed.
Momori slams a thingamaboober in it. You know, a painting bar.
Just jam T-square in there.
Sildra gets the string and starts tying all the knots they know.
The two of you seal up this cabinet as best as you can with these leftover art supplies. And you are both struggling not to choke on the overwhelming smell of pine and rot. And Momori, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw right now.
Oh god. PTSD, isn't it?
That's Constitution. Oh well, that's a delicious grand total of 11. So yeah,
hey, not awful, not worst case scenario.
Could be
not
so much
worst
worse.
case scenario.
Yeah, it's not worst case scenario. Momori, you double over. And you start hacking. You spit up. And you wheeze, and it hurts, and it grits. And you spit out a gob of sand onto the floor in front of you.
Does Sildra notice this?
It's just the two of you in the room.
Momori grabs Sildra's little sleeve thing.
Don't get sand on it, please.
I'm not gonna get sand on it. Just we gotta go. Let's go, Sildra.
Is the cabinet like sort of as best as we can sealed?
As best as you can with the materials you had.
Okay. They will help Momori out of the house.
Awesome. Thanks. Momori is trying her best to walk as on her own. Like, this is not that sort of situation.
Yeah, as Sildra, you help Momori out through the front foyer of the home and towards the front door. And as you get outside into the wider courtyard of the estate, you have the space to kind of set Momori down.
Okay. This doesn't seem normal. Did you eat sand? Is that like an effect of green glow? Why am I not coughing up sand? I feel like I should be coughing up sand. Why are you coughing up sand?
No, it's not a green glow effect, Sildra. It's not gonna cough up sand. It's fine. Oh crap. More importantly, did he just let out, like the monarch, Sildra? Did we just do
I don't know what's happening. I wanted to ask Ithaca a couple of questions because I'm getting these weird dreams about big green explosions in the village and Ithaca looking sad, and I have them 3 times now, and I can't write them off as just a coincidence anymore. And now she's gone, and the rooms are sealed, and might have let the monarch out, and you're coughing up sand. I don't know where Mateo is. They're like,
Mateo's gonna be so pissed.
They're on the verge of like hyperventilating.
All right, listen, it's gonna be fine. This is gonna be fine.
We might have started the apocalypse.
Yeah, and we're gonna stop the apocalypse. We're gonna find our teachers, and they're gonna have an idea of what to do. And we're gonna find Mateo and Abis, and it's all... Momori dissolves into a fit of coughing again.
Can you please explain this to me so I can, like, I don't know, help? And they kind of like rub her back, very sort of unsure.
Exactly something you can help with, and it's not related to it's something that happened to me in my home country, okay? I'm cursed. It's a god from where I came from put a curse on the land and everything in it to become sand. So
and you're turning into sand.
Well, just my insides right now.
Oh, just
But
your
yeah.
insides. Great, good to know.
You think I don't think about this? Of course. Yeah. It's Sildra. It's awful.
I'm sure it is. I am on your side here. I am taking in a lot of new information. Why are we yelling?
I don't. Just don't. Just forget that you figured this out. And don't worry about it. I'm working on it. We're gonna solve this. We're gonna solve the world. This is fine. Oh, it's raining. Oh, cool. I'm wet now too.
The two of you are having this mutual breakdown outside in, the not quite pouring, but not insignificant rainstorm.
But Sildra, listen. I'm not exactly publishing this information to the world, alright? I don't really want anybody to know that I'm cursed. I don't need anybody worrying about me, okay? Like, we've got bigger things to deal with, so don't tell, alright?
They kind of take a deep breath and look Momori in the eye. Okay. I'm not going to tell anyone without permission, but this isn't something you can just put on the back burner. I mean, yes, sure, the world is ending. What else is new? But
So
are you
that
are you getting help for this? Are you reaching out to anyone? I feel weird posing these questions because I get it. I don't like doing it either. But like, if there's one thing I've learned from Ithaca, it's that maybe ask an adult.
Yeah, thanks, Sildra. I never thought of that. No, Zephyrius knows, and before all this went down, I was trying to see if maybe Abe could help, but I mean, it's not gonna matter if, I live next year if, there's no world to be had. So it's just
So-
like,
They take Momori by one shoulder. Do not say that. All right, just it's been a very long day, but just do not say that, please.
right, well, world first. Then we'll worry about me.
Fine. Fine. Maybe we can take care of both at once.
Sure. Sounds great.
Do you need like a napkin or something? I mean, I feel bad just standing
I'm
here.
fine. I'm fine.
All right.
Where to now?
How do you usually relax, Momori?
Momori stares into the sky for a second. Then she kind of wipes her hands on her tunic and rolls her shoulders back. Sildra, how familiar are you with Kalia and her town guard training sessions?
They start going kind of pale in the face. Look, she's probably a wonderful person. I am not going to go running for 8 miles in the rain.
Momori laughs. Oh, that's only when she gets really excited. We don't have time for an 8-mile run anyways. You know what? Second thought, some back to Thistia's and get some tea. You know, chamomile's always good. Sure, some green tea this time of morning would be good.
Yeah, tea. That sounds nice.
The two of you start making your way to Thistia's home as the rain starts to let up. Mateo, you are sitting in the scaffolding, head in your arms, just trying to ride through the emotions that have just been boiling over in you.
I didn't make it all the way up.
Not all the way up, but
Okay, okay, cool. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
where you eventually parked yourself. I think climbing the scaffolding in the rain might have been a bit much for you in this state.
Stupid. This is stupid. Okay, so what is this scene here? Mateo is just like head in hands, crying, looking over hearth, seeing the rain like coming to a stop as he's like kind of gained control over his emotions, at least somewhat.
You hear strained sort of noises coming from below as you hear a kind of rickety approach. You look over the edge to see Rami clinging for dear life to the edge of a railing, closer to the cliffside than the falling off edge of things. He looks up at you and says, "Can we talk?"
Story Hoard is produced by Grace, Maddie, Margaret, and Kev. Our theme song was written and composed by Vocal Outburst. Follow for updates and artwork on Twitter and Tumblr at StoryHoardPod, or visit our website at storyhoard.card.co. You can find all these links and more in the description of this episode.
Like, what's up? What's behind this door? Nope.
Doesn't matter, you're gonna see what's inside anyways. I did not put as much thought into this stupid damn shrine figure for you to not open the door.
Sorry.
Ooh, what's behind this mysterious door? I don't know. I'm not messing with it. What is
I
wrong
love it.
with you?
I do love it.
We have unlimited access to our teachers' private bedrooms. What could this say about their characters? Doesn't matter. Slam these doors shut. Shut up. No, you're looking inside the spooky cabinet.
It's green. I don't want anything to do with it.
Doesn't matter. It's petrified in front of your eyes.